There just isn't enough time to talk about all their accomplishments. I know almost all of them. I've known most of them for a long time, and I could talk about them for a long time. But they are truly inspirational entrepreneurs and leaders who have accomplished great things, created jobs, you name it, made the payroll, created great product, just been really model entrepreneurs. And what I am really excited about to announce to you today, that the Dean of the Business School, Neely School of Business, Homer Erickson, and Brad Hancock have agreed to create a space, a wall in the business school building for the Fort Worth Business Press Entrepreneurs Hall of Fame inductees. So the first 10, we're not certain what it will look like. A new business school is being built, and there'll be a place in that building for the Fort Worth Business Press Entrepreneur Hall of Fame. So we are so excited about this partnership, and quite frankly, in a couple of weeks we're going to meet, and we'll have some further announcements about how this partnership is going to grow and expand, and we're going to be recognizing entrepreneurs perhaps from all over the state of Texas. Very exciting. We appreciate the partnership. So, thank you. So I'm going to announce the name of the awardee. Two of them will have representatives, and I'm really going to keep it short. But I came to Fort Worth in 1986 to run the Fort Worth Star-Telegram. And as is pointed out in the story in our paper, that it may still be the same. Anything we did at the Fort Worth Star-Telegram, particularly if it was a little bit different, someone would show up in my office and they'd say, Eamon Carter is rolling over. And so I've lived with the ghost of Eamon Carter for a long, long time, 30 years. But I read the book, Eamon, and I got to know his family, and he is really our first inductee. We're calling his award the Pioneer Award. He built incredible things: newspaper, radio station, TV station, first airplane to come to Fort Worth. It goes on and on and on. And his legacy still lives vibrantly. So he's represented here today by his grandson, Mark Johnson, who is Principal, Vice President, and Portfolio Manager of Luther King Capital Management Corporation. He is the Vice Chairman of the Board of Trustees of TCU. He's the President of the Eamon G. Carter Foundation and the Vice President of the Board of the Eamon Carter Museum. And he is on the Board of Trustees of my alma mater, Hillsdale College. He's the only one that has kind of proof that I graduated from there. So, anyway, so Mark Johnson accepting for Eamon G. Carter. And he is a great representative of the family and Eamon Carter's legacy. So thanks for being here, Mark. The next is David Miner. He is the title of Founder Emeritus of the Neely Entrepreneurship Center. As many of you would know, David, where are you? He started out mowing lawns. He built a big lawn mowing, lawn services company. He sold it. He was the first person running the entrepreneurship program here, a model entrepreneur, great leader. And one day he just had enough of not being an entrepreneur and he left. And now he's back in business again for himself. And he's a great, great guy. David Miner.
Here you go, guys. You good?
This is really a guy that's just started, and you want to keep track of his company. It's called Encore Vision. His name is Bill Burns. He worked for Alcon. He is on the way to, probably has solved a problem that has plagued people for centuries. He launched Encore in 2006 through Tech Fort Worth, the business incubator. He's developed an eye drop treatment for presbyopia. It's the hardening of the lens in the eye that frequently leads to the need for reading glasses. So I'm certain he hates it when I boil it down to this, but he has developed an eye drop that's very close to being available to consumers. Put it in your eye and you do not need reading glasses.
Wow.
millions and millions and millions of people. And so Bill Burns from Encore Vision. The next one is Tom Buxton. He can't be here. He worked for Tandy and Radio Shack in their information technology department, and left and started a data company, a data mining company. They're one of the biggest and best in the world. They can tell you almost everything about you, where you live, where you shop, what you do. Incredible company. He's an incredible entrepreneur, and his company, the Buxton Company, is a worldwide leader in data. Accepting on his behalf is Bill Stiniford, who is one of our former 40 under 40 winners and an executive with the company. Bill, are you here? Where are you? There he is. Hey, Bill. Bill on his own speaks literally all over the world on data and how to use it more effectively in information. Our next person cannot be here as well. It's Paul Dorman, Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of DFB Pharmaceuticals. He created HealthPoint. As many of you in the room would know, HealthPoint was sold to Smith & Nephew. An incredible story. He worked for the company. He bought it. Jan Norton is a good friend of his, and a great entrepreneur who is about to launch and start some new businesses. Still working every day, even though he sold a big company. Excepting for him is Doug Cook from DFB, who has been Paul Dorman's right-hand man for a long, long time. Thank you for being here. Our next honoree is Dr. Marie Holliday. Doc Holliday, she's a lifelong resident of Fort Worth. She graduated from O.D. Wyatt High School, got her bachelor's degree at Boston University, then dental school at Tufts. She returned to Fort Worth to be a dentist. Not only does she have a successful dental practice that she's had for 23 years, she owns 2 other businesses in Sundance Square, Marie Antoinette Perfumery and Flowers to Go. Marie Holliday.
Thank you.
We've met several times, but we were talking today. I said, "What are you looking at?" She said, "Your teeth. I'm always looking at them." Our next honoree is a household name in Fort Worth, in Tarrant County in North Texas, really all over the state. It's Rosa Navahar, who is now president of the Rios Group. Rosa, would you please come up? She's the former president and CEO of the Fort Worth Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, now owner of the Rios Group. She left the Chamber of Commerce, started her own business, and her business has been growing by leaps and bounds. They were one of the top 100 private companies that we recognized this year relative to total revenue and revenue growth. She's a great leader. Thank you for being here. Actually, there are 3 people who can't be here. I can't count. Clifton Morris, longtime Fort Worth businessman, who ultimately built a company called AmeriCredit, which he had a big company, sold it to a smaller company called General Motors. That's why Clifton's not here today. He's in Aspen, and he deserves to be. He has been involved in a number of businesses here. He was involved with the first public offering of Cash America International that was just recently sold, and he's been on the board of the Service Corporation International in Houston for a long, long time, still serves there. Very tough, singularly minded and devoted to business and developing new products, and just a great guy, and can't be here today, but his son is here, who is now also an entrepreneur, has started his own automobile lending company, Brett Beebe. Thanks for being here, Brett. Our tranche has built an incredible business in a very, very tough business, and it's lasted all these years, and it's very hard to get a reservation in here on any night of the week. So before he leaves tonight, you might want to get because he excels at great food, a great dining experience. He knows food. He's from San Emilion, and he can cook too, by the way. He's started multiple restaurants in Fort Worth. Some of them he has financed for his employees. He had a restaurant in Florida at one point in time. He really is, in my mind, the unsung hero of fine dining in Fort Worth and Tarrant County, my friend Bernard Tranch. And he's still got a couple of other restaurant ideas for Fort Worth. So he's not done being an entrepreneur. Finally, we had a women's breakfast seminar in the spring where we were first introduced. I was to Debbie Cooley, founder and president of MPAC Incorporated. She captivated the room. She told people very, very direct, tough lessons about what it's like to be in business, what you have to do to succeed. She's built an incredible business in the packing sales business, and after 20 years, and she now has, I think, something $9 or $10 million of revenue, started from scratch from her garage, and she is our final inductee into the Business Press Entrepreneurs Hall of Fame, Debbie Cooley.